Guys, it's my birthday. I'm so excited for my birthday today and all the fun things I have planned. I thought it would be fun to bring you along for a little mini vlog. So welcome. If you're new here, my name is Christina. This is Life of Wine and Books, and thanks for joining me for my birthday. So like I said, today is my birthday and Discord is going off on my computer. My husband took today off. It is Friday. Let's center this a little bit better. There we go. And I don't work on Fridays. So my husband took the day off and we're going to spend the day together. Right now he's asleep. We are going to a paint bar this afternoon. He got us tickets for that. He wanted something to do. I was going to spend the day just taking myself out, doing some fun things. And so he was like, well, what do you want to do? I was thinking of taking your birthday off. I was like, oh, you don't have to do that. Because, I don't want him to, feel pressure to do anything. We're going to dinner and that's enough for me. That's all I need. And he's like, no. I want to do that. So I said, well, okay. And then he was looking at things. He's like, well, you wanted to go to this shopping development. Since you're going to take the day yourself out for the day, here's something we can do there. So we're going to do that. There's a Barnes & Noble there. There's a Cinnabon. We might go to the wine bar. There's a paint bar that has apparently a food and drink and everything too. There's a wine bar across the street from Barnes & Noble. So we might go there. Really, the world is our oyster today. Before we do that though, I do have some things I need to do on the computer. That's what all the chirping is in the background. I do have some books I want to read and I want to tell you about as well. The first book I have is my physical read, which I haven't started yet. I managed to finish 3 books yesterday, so I'm starting off the month with a completely clean slate, which is normally how I like to do it. The first book I have is Well Matched by Jen DeLuca. This is the 3rd book in the Well Met series. It's a series of books, romance books that are set. I can't talk. I just woke up. If you can't tell, you can hear the sleep in my voice. I'm still waking up, but I'm here with you. So this one is about Mitchell and April. These books are set at a small family-run Renaissance festival here in Maryland. I love Ren Fair. I live in Maryland. What more could you want? This is the single mother trope, but April's daughter's older. Don't know how old. She's on her way off to college type of thing. So she's an older child. And then it also has fake dating, which is my favorite trope. Mitch is also one of my favorite characters in the series. So I'm really excited about that. And then on my Kindle, which I turned completely off at night, I have Unexpecting by Jen Bailey. Jen Bailey, that sounds about right. Jen Bailey. Am I really reading 2 books by women named Jen? I might be. So this one is described as Heartstopper meets Juno. It is about a boy. I read 14 pages last night and then I fell asleep, so I honestly don't know. So I guess I did. I'm bringing this over from last month, technically. It is about a boy who is gay and he gets a girl pregnant and his mom and his stepdad are not to be rude, but how? And it was his best friend Maxie. And he just wanted to be sure that he was in fact gay. And his friend Maxie is virginity is a social construct. I just want to get rid of it and get it over with and all of that. And so Maxie wants to put the baby up for adoption, but it's sold for first person. That's why I can't remember his name. He doesn't want to. He wants to keep the baby and doesn't want to sign over those parental rights. And that's literally as far as I've gotten. I also have for audiobook, I have 2 romance books, which normally breaks my rule of I try not to read the same genre at the same time, but I feel like they're so different that I can make the exception. I have Raiders of the Lost Heart on audiobook, but I haven't started it. All I know is it's kind of like a Indiana Jones type romance. I've heard mixed things about it, but it's from the library, so if I like it, I'll keep going. If I don't, I'll return it, and that's okay. So that's what I'm reading. That's the plan for today. My husband's still asleep for a little while. I have some things on the computer to do. Since it's the 1st of the month, I also have my 1st of the month chores that I always take care of. I'm not going to take you along for that. This isn't the place for that vlog or that content. I'll have another vlog at some point where I kind of walk you through what I do the first of the month and the chores I do, but that's not today. I am going to go take care of those things that I'm going to do on the computer though, and do some reading. I'll probably get like little reading updates throughout the vlog, but nothing too big because it's just a vlog about what I'm doing today. Also thinking of going to the Little Free Library at some point this morning right by my house. It's right across from an elementary school, so I probably will wait a few hours until school is in session and the kids are all settled and I'm not dodging between parent drop-off cars and school buses and children and all of that. But I promise you I will take you along for that. But yeah, that's the plan for today. Thanks for joining me. I'm excited to have you here for my birthday. It is a little while later. I am changed. I am showered. This is not what I'm wearing out for the day. This is just like comfy clothes for now. We're probably going to leave in about an hour, hour and a half. But I did want to go to the Little Free Library today, like I mentioned. So I wanted to wait till school got in session so I didn't have to compete with like parents dropping off and all of that, like I said before. So we're going to head out. It's like a 2-minute walk, so it's not that far, but let's go to Little Free Library. All right, here we are. Let's see what we got. We have a Catherine Anderson. I love her as an author. I read pretty much all of her books, I think. I'm actually rereading one this month for Disney Lovers Readathon. Something about the American Revolution. I think I've seen this author before. The books look familiar, but I think they're like, yeah, it's a mystery book. Not super big into mysteries. What is this? I hate that it doesn't have like any sort of blurb or anything on the back. That's like a big red flag for me. Dalai Lama. What is this? Band of Sisters. Women of Smith College go to war. Okay, let's see. Scholarship girl from Brooklyn, Kate Moran thought she found a place among Smith's Mayflower descendants, only to have her illusions dashed the summer after graduation. When charismatic alumna Betsy Rutherford delivers a rousing speech at Smith College Club of April 1917, looking for volunteers to help French civilians decimated by the German war machine, Kate is too busy earning her living to think about taking up the call. But when her former best friend Emmeline Van Alden reaches out and begs her to take the place of a girl who had to drop out, Kate reluctantly agrees to join the new Smith College Relief Unit. 3 weeks later, Kate and 17 other Smithies, including 2 trailblazing female doctors, set sail for France. The volunteers are armed with money, supplies, and good intentions, all of which immediately go astray. The chateau that was to be their headquarters is a half-burned ruin. The villagers they meet are in desperate straits, women and children held in damp cellars, their crops destroyed and their wells poisoned. Despite constant shelling from the German bureaucracy and the threat of being ousted by the German army, the Smith volunteers bring welcome aid and hope to the region. But can they survive their own differences? As they cope with the hardships and terrors of the war, Kate and her colleagues find themselves navigating old rivalries and new betrayals that threaten the very existence of the unit. That sounds good. Okay, so that's a potential. Backyard Brawl. It's like a sports book. Someone walked by going on a morning walk and I had to stop filming. It's a little awkward. We have a Ron Chernoff book. His books are very good but very dense. It's about Rockefeller. Oh, I can't get these back in. I'm one-handed. Okay. And Nora Roberts. Okay, I think I'm going to take Band of Sisters. That sounds really good. And I will grab my book that I'm leaving. So this is what I'm leaving behind. The Dove Keepers by Alice Huffman. I really wanted to like this book, but I DNF'd it. It was so boring. And it was really upsetting because it's one of like 2 books that I've ever come across about Masada and the alleged events that happened there. Of course, a truck is coming by now. I can't catch a break as well, but yeah, I'm gonna leave that. I can't remember which Catherine Anderson this is. Oh, this one's a good one. They're all on Libby though, so I don't need them anymore. But yeah, it was a nice little trip to the Little Free Library, and let's head home. It is so much later than I wanted to leave for the day, but we are finally dressed, ready. We're gonna hit the road. We're going to go to the UPS store, and then I'll probably have just a bunch of B-roll of us having fun this afternoon, going to the wine bar, the paint bar, lots of bars, the bookstore, and then out to dinner. And I am so excited to go out. We got the goods, and by the goods, I mean the books. You saw we had such an amazing day. I had so much fun today with my husband. We just went out, we went to Target, we went to Barnes & Noble, we did paint night paint afternoon, and so we have my painting and his painting that we did at the paint bar, and I love how different they are, but they're like still the same, and I'm just so happy and so proud of them. And then they found out it was my birthday, and then they had something called the celebration box, which was the instructor paintings that they do like as they paint to show you what to do. So I got to pick one of those, and I got this one, which is just so gorgeous, and I think we're gonna put it in our guest room. I'm not entirely sure. This one is called Sparkling Sunrise. It has like the name on top, but we had so much fun, and it's definitely something we want to do again. We were both really happy with our final products. We went to Cinnabon, we went to Barnes & Noble, we went to Target, we went to a wine bar, and they actually had a free tasting tonight, so we got to do some tastings. And then we went to a Raw Bar Steakhouse for dinner, and we ate so much food. I'm so tired and I'm so full, but I wanted to do a bit of a haul of everything I got, and I think I'm going to start with birthday presents that I got. And the first present, I already opened this one, and it was from one of my friends, and so we went out to happy hour quite unexpectedly because the weather was so nice a few days ago, so we went to happy hour, and Willow was doing, I don't even know what she's doing right now, but I did open this one already. I just have to tell you. The first thing I got is a diamond art paint kit, and it's hard to see, I don't know what'll come up, but it's Cinderella's Castle, and it's super, 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 super detailed, and it's a full coverage one, but I'm so excited to do it because I'm really getting into these diamond art paintings, and I love Disney, so this is like perfect for me. I also have in here a pair of socks that says, "You crafty bitch." And it has someone with a sewing machine. I don't have a sewing machine, but I love this so much. These are so cute. She got me, she's like, "I know you don't really like girly girl things, but it's so cute." I don't know where she finds this stuff. Like, I'm super intrigued where she finds these things, but it's a beaded keychain with the letter C for my name. We also have in here some treats. I think this is I don't know what this is. It's for Willow. I don't know exactly what this is. It says small, medium. I assumed it was treats, but it's obviously not because of like the size. Oh, it's a bandana. Oh my god. This is such a gorgeous, oh my god. This is such a gorgeous bandana. I'm going to have to put this on Willow. Willow actually, very fortunately, does not mind bandanas, and she minds costumes, but if it's a bandana just around her neck, she doesn't even notice that she's wearing it. And then the last two things are these mosaic kits. So one is like a little cactus, and then the one I'm excited the most about is the mushrooms, and it has like the little stones and like a little plaque that you glue all of the stones onto. I'm really excited to do these. I think I'm going to do a whole vlog where I just do like different craft stuff, and I'll do like these and like one of the mini diamond art paintings that I have, and like the perler beads and all sorts of different crafts that I have. But now I have these, and I'm so excited, and I have a place to put them on my craft cart in my office. Next I have, oh my gosh, my friend texted me and she goes, you have a present arriving. I'm like, yeah, I got your present for me yesterday. Like, I didn't open it, but I got it. She's like, no, it arrived this morning. So that's what this one is. It's from my friend Carrie. I believe that's what this one is. I have no idea what these books are. All I know is they're big. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is there a little taggy thing I can put in them? No. Oh yes, here it is. It says, happy birthday from Carrie. I'm not going to share her last name, but it is the second and the third Harry Potter books. These are the, I don't even know, the Minalima editions. Oh my gosh. They're like pop-up. Hold on. I need to open this. I need you to properly appreciate. I saw these in the bookstore and I immediately like added them to my wish list because I needed them in my life. Okay, so we're doing the second one. Okay, so there's like this little insert thing in the back. So what am I looking at here? This is chapter 11. I don't know what this is. Okay. So it like folds out. What is this? Oh my god, what is this? Guys, what does this... This is a terrible example, but like... It's like 3D. Okay, this one's better. A better shot of what this book is. Okay, so you do this, and it has the different portraits. And I don't even know. Oh my god. Oh my god. You have like all sorts of... So, is this the Polyjuice potion? Yeah. So it has like a little wheel thing with like the different stuff for the Polyjuice. And I probably should leave like these little like insert things in here to keep pages looking nice. And there's like artwork and... Oh my god! So I have books 2, and let's look at book 3. Let's look at book 3 together. Okay. Oh no, this is books 1 and 2. This is books 1 and 2. Why did I think this was book 3? What am I thinking? Alright, well first I need to take one of these little gift tag things and put it in there so I know that it was her who gave it to me. And then, oh my god, this is ridiculous. There's something for... What is this? What? This is gorgeous. This is absolutely gorgeous. It has the letter for Harry Potter. Like you... Okay, I'm taking that out. You fold it out and it has... the little the letter from McGonagall and the shopping list, and it goes... I saw these, but I didn't have a chance to like fully appreciate them in the store. These are the coolest. If you are a Harry Potter fan, this is 100% what you need. I'm just absolutely floored by these, and I need the rest of them. I mean, it really comes down to the fact that I'm collecting hardcovers with like the original covers from like secondhand stores, because I had like a lot of them in paperback. Then I'm collecting the illustrated editions, but these are just what I need to text Carrie as soon as I'm done with this and be like, this blows my mind. These are the coolest, and like they're, oh my god, I'm beyond words, just beyond words. I'm so excited about this. All right,
So now that we've geeked out about that, I do have some other packages. These are gifts from my friends. This is, I have a feeling that, yes, this is from my friend Sarah. The first book she got me is called The Lost Daughters of Ukraine by Erin Letekin. And it's about these, oh my God, what's the name of it? And my light died. Okay. My light died. We're just gonna roll with it at this point that we have bad lighting. This is about the Holodomor, I believe that is, the genocide that Stalin inflicted upon the Ukrainians when he was taking all of their crops and everything during World War II. And I'm Ukrainian, I've been to Ukraine, and I'm very much interested in this. Alright, lighting's back. We're good. I have this other package here. Let's see what's in this one. Okay, so here's a tag. This is also from Sarah. This is The Strange and Deadly Portraits of Briony Gray, and it's like a middle grade. Briony Gray is a famous painter. Okay, the light just paints me at this point. Briony Gray is becoming a famous painter in London art circles, but life isn't so grand. Her uncle keeps her locked in the attic, forcing her to paint for his rich clients, and now her paintings are taking on a life of her own, and customers are going missing under mysterious circumstances. Her newest portrait escapes the canvas and rampages through the streets of London. When all of that happens, Briony digs into her family history, discovering some rather scandalous secrets her uncle has been keeping, including a deadly curse she's inherited from her missing father. Briony accidentally unleashed the Gray family curse, and it's spreading fast. So it's like paired with the picture of Dorian Gray, which is one of my favorite classics. I'm not a big fan of classics, but that is one I definitely enjoy. So those are all of the amazing birthday presents. I do have another bit of a haul. Let's start with Little Free Library books. These are these all of them? Yes, these are all books I've gotten recently from the Little Free Library. So you saw earlier in this vlog that I got Band of Sisters by Lauren Willig, so I'm not going to go into that one too much. But I also got Memory Lost, which is YA sci-fi books. These all came from a Little Free Library over time by where I go for Silent Book Club. It's right across the street. So it is something YA sci-fi. It's the first in a trilogy, and it sounded just really good. I think it's YA. I could be wrong. Something about an underground world. There's a class system. Typical sci-fi type of book. The next is a romance book, and it's called American Royalty by Tracy Livesay. And he is a prince who is he's kind of like given up all of that royal whatever, and instead he's working as a professor, and she is a rapper. Her name is Duchess, or that's her stage name, and they become entwined in some sort of romance, and that's pretty much all I know. I saw it once at the Little Free Library, and I was intrigued, but I didn't grab it. And then when I went back, it was still there, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to take it. Worst case scenario, I don't like it, and I'm going to cycle it into a different Little Free Library if I don't like it, and I'll just, that way I can pass it along with that and put it into the cycle again, but in a new location. Next, I have Cold Magic by Kate Elliott. This is an industrial revolution fantasy, YA fantasy, and it's women learning science, and that's about all I know. It's quite chunky. It's about 500 pages, just south of, I think it's like it's just over 500 pages, 502. So when I say just over, I mean barely just over 500 pages. It's once again sounded interesting, sounded intriguing. I've never heard of it. I think it's interesting. The Industrial Revolution, women, young adult, magic is being involved. It's the first in a trilogy. It's called the Spirit Walker trilogy. Once again, if I don't like it, I'll cycle it into a different Little Free Library. And finally, I have Children of Chicago, which is called a gripping modern day spin on the Pied Piper fairy tale. So a bunch of children all go missing. Oh, there's a bookmark in here. What's this bookmark for? It's like a bunch of children are going missing. Might be a fantasy element. Detective is involved. Not entirely sure. I really was intrigued by this really gorgeous cover. Like the rest of them, I feel like with the Little Free Library, you're more inclined to pick up a book that you wouldn't have otherwise picked up. And if you don't like it, you'll just pass it along. Alright, so those are the gifts and the Little Free Library books. Now let's go into all of the books I've bought. I did buy some new books. You might have seen in my last vlog where I went on to my TBR recommendations and went through and looked at books. I got my ones for this season, but then I went through and bought a few books. One book, 2 books that had come up previously that I had not purchased, and now I have them here. The first one in this list is called The Improbable Season, or An Improbable Season by Rosalind Eves. This is a YA Regency romance. I don't really go for Regency romances. I really like the Bridgerton TV show, but I could never get into the books. I figured this was worth a shot. I got it on Pango, and you know, we'll try it. We'll see how it goes. My bibliologist said I would really enjoy it, so we're going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Next, I have Don't Call It a Cult by Sarah Berman. This is about the NXIVM cult, which I've read one book about. I read Branded. I believe it's called Branded, and I thought that was really well done. But this is not, oh God, that is tiny print. That is some tiny print there. This is about the NXIVM cult, and it's not a memoir, which I thought was really interesting. A lot of the cult books I've been reading have been memoirs, although earlier this year I did read Koresh, which is just a biography of David Koresh. So I'm intrigued to read another book that's about a cult but not a memoir, so you're getting not that one specific person's experiences in the cult, but what it was like in general. Don't Call It a Cult, and then I'm a mess. Okay. Next I have The Summer in the City of Roses by Michelle Ruiz Kiel. I don't know a lot about this other than the cover is extremely gorgeous. It's about a girl, she's protected her younger brother till her dad decides that it's time for him to toughen him up, and he sends him away to a wilderness boot camp. And the sister goes off to find the brother. The brother escapes from the camp. Oh, they're nice short chapters. Oh, bless you. It looks like very nice short chapters. I love that. And it has like a mythology element in some way. I'm not entirely sure. We'll find out. So these 3 books, including Don't Call It a Cult and these 2 others, are the ones that are my most recent recommendations for my TBR recs. So I have Don't Call It a Cult. Then I have Every Sun Rising by Jamila Ahmed. And this is a retelling of Scheherazade and the 1001 Nights. I recently read The Wrath of the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh, which is a romantic retelling of Scheherazade. But this is more, oh, she put like stickers and stuff inside. I didn't even notice that. Okay. Okay, there's some cute stickers and like a nice reading list bookmark that I think I'm going to regift this to someone else who buys books from me. But the stickers I might put in my my junk journal savings. But this is a retelling of Scheherazade, and it's set in that Persian setting, which I think is really interesting. I am trying to diversify not only my reading, but my reading in historical fiction. And I think that this, even though it might have some fantasy elements, is going to help with that. finally, I have from my TBR haul, it Survive the Dome by Kosoko Jackson. This is a YA dystopian book set in Baltimore, which is very close to where I live. Basically, the premise of this one, this is the one I'm like, it's for some reason the plot's sticking with me the most. After a police shooting involving a African American person, I don't know exactly the age, a rally protesting police brutality after another black man is murdered, then the government decides that to cut off to prevent the whatever from getting out of hand, as they would call it. They put this like giant dome, think of like the Simpsons movie, that's what I'm thinking of, over the city to like keep all of the protesters inside and keep them from spreading their protests and their vigilante whatever that's really just a load of bullshit. And you know, they have every right to be as angry as they are, and they should be actually angrier. And it is about that. It says on the back, I didn't notice before, ladies and gentlemen of Baltimore, Maryland, the city is now under the dome. Do not resist orders from armed and armored officials. Anyone found violating the rules of the dome will be prosecuted to the highest extent of the law. This message will be expanded upon in 1 hour. So they're kind of like stuck in this dome. And oh my gosh, wow. It has a list of black men who have been killed. And I'm sure, unfortunately, that this is not an exhaustive list of black men who have been killed by the police, which is tragic and unfortunate, and their names should be acknowledged. And I'm very glad that that is in this book. After all that heaviness, let's get into the haul from Barnes & Noble. First, let's start with the non-bookish things. I feel like that's the best place to start because they're on the top. I got a bunch of really cute spring decorations. I got a little birdhouse. These are all from like the dollar bins. Most of these were $1. One of these was $3. So I got this cute little birdhouse. I got this little watering can. And I got these they're ceramic rain boots. And those are all $1. And we have like a little tiered tray in our foyer on the table in there. And I want to put those on there. And then finally I got these little pack of wooden eggs. They were $3 for a pack of 6. And I got these as well. And we have a bunch of Isanki eggs, which are like the Ukrainian eggs, because I am Ukrainian. Some of them are painted by me. Some of them are ones that I have collected over the years. This light's bothering me. Let me see if it'll turn back on. Alright, let's see how long it lasts. I don't think it's going to last very long. From Target, I also got some stuff for my hair. It didn't last long at all, apparently. I got mousse to put in my dry hair to keep the curls in. And then I got this Curl Sculpt Conditioning Cream Gel to put in my hair after I shower. We'll see if it helps. I really like the curls in my hair, but they do fall out after like a day if I don't wash my hair. The last thing I got from Target is the Fine Print by Lauren Asher. This is part of the Dreamland Billionaire series, which is a series I've had my eye on for a while. I'm not a big fan of romance books. Most romance books I get, you'll notice, because I do have quite a few in this haul, I tend to have the very cute cartoony covers because my mind processes that as like a less smutty book, which is what I prefer. However, this book deals with like a CEO of like a Disney type of company, and I am a huge Disney person. That's why I've had my eye on this book. And so finally I caved and I only bought the first one. I'm not going to invest in the full series until I know if I like the first book. So that's what I got at Target. The rest I got from Barnes & Noble. First book from Barnes & Noble that I got, I'm just grabbing as I go, is Sarah Adams' The Cheat Sheet. This is a friends to enemies to fake dating lovers romance book. I need a sports romance book for Disney Lovers Readathon for March. So I figured I might as well go with this one because fake dating is one of my favorite tropes. On the other hand, friends to lovers is one of my least favorite tropes. So we will see how it goes. See if the friends to lovers outweighs the fake dating or the fake dating outweighs the friends to lovers. But I've heard very good things about When in Rome and Practice Makes Perfect by the same author. So I'm optimistic that I'll like this book, even though friends to lovers and sports romances are not my thing. I'm optimistic about this one. Next, I have, this book is way thinner than I want. It is Yellow Wife by Sadeka Johnson. Last month I read House of Eve by the same author. I have that one in hardback, this one in paperback. I'm not going to let it bother me as much as it would because they're not part of the same series. So if they're not part of the same series, my brain can like process it as different, so it's okay. I don't know a lot about it. I loved House of Eve so much. I was shocked at how much I loved that book. And when I loved it so much, I looked at other books by this author, and this was the one that stuck out to me the most. I'm definitely hitting a historic fiction stride at this point, and this is one that I wanted to read. Next, I have the very famous You Again by Kate Goldbeck. It would help if I could pronounce the author's names correctly. This has been described as When Harry Met Sally. It is described as the perfect fall read, even though we're going into spring, that's okay. It has been described as an ode to New York and everything that everybody loves about New York City. And it just seems as a great example of platonic friendship that eventually becomes more, which is usually, once again, something I don't like, but I'm intrigued. I've seriously never heard a bad thing about this book. My next book is like we were going to check out, and I found this book. So this is a bit of an older book. It was originally published in the 90s, but it looks like it might have been like republished. It's called Forever Barbie, The Unauthorized Biography of a Real Doll by M.G. Lord, and it is a history of Barbie dolls. And I'm not a girly girl now, but I was huge into Barbies growing up. With the Barbie movie coming out, I think that's why it's been reprinted, especially because this is the 30th anniversary of this book coming out. I saw this and I was intrigued by it because I love all things Barbie, and I'm interested to know the history of Barbie and how Barbie has kind of shaped toys and women and a generation and multiple generations since she made her debut. We're almost done, I promise. My next book is also a pop culture nonfiction book. My husband grabbed this and he was like, oh, here, look at this, ha ha ha. I was like, oh no, that sounds good, add it to the pile. And it is MCU, The Reign of Marvel Studios by Joanna Robinson, Dave Gonzalez, and Gavin Edwards. And it is a history of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I am huge into the MCU. I got into it in college. My roommates were into it, and that's how I got into it. And I remember seeing my first MCU movie, which was actually Iron Man 2. I went into seeing that one, and I didn't see the first Iron Man for about 20 years after. No, not that long. 10 years after that. Why can't I math correctly? But I'm very interested. It has a little Iron Man on the top, and it looks like the Hollywood sign and everything. And it says on the back, the unauthorized behind-the-scenes story of the stunning rise and suddenly uncertain reign, that's true, of the most transformative cultural phenomenon of our time, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm very interested to read this. I'm interested to read this and this. I already read a book about the history of Disney Imagineering. I love pop culture history, and so I'm excited to read both of these. My next two sets of books go together. First, I have Azula in the Spirit Temple by, who is this by? Should be by the same authors as the other graphic novels. It is not, wow. The script is by Faith Erin Hicks. The art is by Peter Wortman. The colors are by Adele Matura, and the lettering is by Richard Starkings and Comic Crafts Jimmy Betancourt. I'm not going to get into what this book is about. It's an Avatar: The Last Airbender book, but getting into what it is about would reveal a lot of spoilers just from what I have flipped through in the bookstore. It would get a lot of spoilers to other books, other graphic novels in the Avatar The Last Airbender universe. They are considered canon, the Avatar books. So if you are a fan of Airbender, you should definitely read the graphic novels. I highly encourage you to read them. They are phenomenal. They're absolutely phenomenal. But this one definitely has spoilers, especially for book 2, which is called The Search. Yes, book 1 is The Promise, book 2 is The Search. So if you know what The Search is about, then you can probably, and based on what you see here, you can probably figure out what spoilers are in this book. Just me flipping through, I was like, oh, that's and like my husband was, I was like, don't look, because he hasn't read the graphic novels. The other set I got of the Avatar, they had like a whole end cap of Avatar stuff because the show just came out, the reboot, and this is the Team Avatar Treasury, and it has Katara and the Pirate Silver, Toph Beifong's Metal Bending Academy, and Suki alone. So, and there's a full color fold out poster that looks like it's this. So you have a book about Katara, a book about Toph, and a book about my favorite character, who is Suki. And once again, like I said, these books are considered canon. They are considered part of the Avatar universe. What is written in here is accepted as what happens in the universe, and Nickelodeon has accepted that. Finally, my last book is At First Spite by Olivia Dade. I love Olivia Dade's other series. I don't know if it has a name. Gosh, what's it called? I can see the books in my head. They are phenomenal. They deal with the nerd universe. They deal with Comic-Cons. They deal with fan fictions, all of that. This is about a woman named Athena. Her fiance ends their engagement, and she has a spite house, which is a super, super little narrow house. You can kind of see it right there. And there's an uptight, judgy jerk, something, I don't really know. I'm not entirely sure. It sounds like a Rivals to Lovers. I love Olivia Dade. I love the cover. I love the concept of this. I love the plus size representation. So when I heard Olivia Dade was coming out with a new book, I went and I bought it regardless of what it was about. With that being said, I have a Willow here. Say hi, Willow. Hi, Willow. And thank you so much, thank you, Willow, for joining me on my birthday. And we've lost Willow's interest at this point. But thank you so much for joining me on my birthday. I'm sorry we didn't vlog a whole lot, but I'm really glad that you came along for the ride. We did a bit of book shopping. We had some adventures. We did a book haul. I have all of these books that I now have to find a place for and put away. So wish me luck. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye!